Welcome back to General Manager Mode from SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. I am recording my Great American Bash pay-per-view. This is the second part, excuse me. We are in the beginning of the number one contenders match to the world title for SummerSlam. It is Eddie Guerrero versus Batista versus Rey Mysterio versus The Undertaker. The winner of this match will challenge either Kane or JBL for the world title at SummerSlam. I'm going to fix the laptop right here. And I'm going to return the game. Yeah, we're only 2 minutes 30 seconds into the match. Where is my phone? There it is. Excuse me. $619 on The Undertaker. I don't think it's going to finish him here. Oh, well, maybe, actually. Eddie Guerrero just saved The Undertaker. I don't know why. Don't know why he would do that. So basically, these men have been feuding with each other for the past 2 months, I think it is. 2 or 3. Eddie Guerrero and Batista have been feuding. And Undertaker has been feuding with Rey Mysterio leading up to this match. So they all think they should be number one contender to the world title So I figured these are my 4 most popular stars on my roster besides the U.S. champion Kane and the world champion JBL. Excuse me. So why not? It's going to be a great match regardless, ratings-wise. Why not have them all face each other? I like this 4-man elimination match to determine the number 1 contenders to my U.S. and my world titles. Because there's no dispute on who the number 1 contender should be. Because in a regular Fatal 4-Way match, one superstar gets pinned or gets submitted, and there's 2 other wrestlers who say, "Hey, I was never defeated in the match," blah blah blah, or could say, "Hey, I was never defeated. I never tapped. I never lost." Blah blah blah. In this type of environment, no one can dispute who the number 1 contender should be. Lasso from El Paso. So, Chavo Guerrero lost the cruiserweight title. If you didn't watch the first part of this pay-per-view, Chavo Guerrero lost the cruiserweight title in the second match of the show to Tajiri. So, Ray's out. So if Eddie Guerrero loses here, Los Guerreros could go for the tag titles. I'm thinking. I know Ray's out. I know Ray's out running for the world title match at SummerSlam. Wait a second. I know what I could do. Batista bomb on Guerrero. Is it going to be a rope break, though? I don't know if there's rope breaks in this type of match. Nope, no rope breaks. Batista's out of stamina, though. So is Undertaker. Excuse me. I love / hate the stamina system in the game. I like it because it brings a sense of realism, but like as far as like at the height of a match, and like both are the superstars are drowsy, like it sucks as far as like the timing of the match, how long the match has been going, and the match rating depends on the length of the match, or one of the factors of the match rating depends on the length of the match, and like if both superstars are like freaking drowsy, and it's been like 20 minutes, that affects the star rating. I don't know if I said that where it makes sense, but like So, if you didn't see it, Christian won the number one contender status for the U.S. title at SummerSlam. He will be challenging Kane regardless of the outcome of the main event. The world titles, the challenger for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam is going to be determined right here. There's going to be a third match for SmackDown at the pay-per-view. And it's going to be for the tag team championships. The challengers for the tag team championships will be determined either on the next episode of SmackDown, or in the next 2 weeks of SmackDown, depending on who's injured, on the outcome of this pay-per-view, who's not in the title picture at SummerSlam, I know it's not going to be Ray. Depending on who's where with who has an injury, who's not booked for SummerSlam, who's who's hurt, where their popularity's at. Batista's out. So it's down to Eddie Guerrero versus The Undertaker for the number one contender status to the world title at SummerSlam. Undertaker gets right back up after that belly back suplex. That's going to drain Undertaker's stamina. But it might not matter. And Undertaker is the number one contender to the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam. He will face either his brother Kane or JBL in my main event. I say my main event at SummerSlam because it's a joint pay-per-view. It's both Raw and SmackDown. All right, so here we are, the main event of my second pay-per-view, the Great American Bash. The United States Champion Kane challenges the World Heavyweight Champion JBL. Champion versus champion, World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Kane, regardless of the outcome, will go to SummerSlam to defend the United States Championship against Christian, regardless of the outcome of this match. However, if he wins, he's doing double duty at SummerSlam. He will defend both championships. He will defend the United States Championship against Christian, and now we know he will defend, if he wins tonight, he will defend the World Championship against his very own brother, The Undertaker, in my main event at SummerSlam. SmackDown's main event at SummerSlam. Here he comes. The World Heavyweight Champion. Got handed to him. He's defending the gold against Batista, The Undertaker, Eddie Guerrero, Chavo Guerrero, when he was Cruiserweight Champion. I have the notes. I believe I'm forgetting somebody. Did I say Rey Mysterio already? Yeah, the Judgment Day. He's been a defending champion. But now, his biggest test, or one of the biggest tests he has to date, the United States champion, Kane. Kane starts the match with knocking the world champion straight out. The United States Championship is not on the line in this match. Well, the game wouldn't allow it, to be honest with you. Otherwise, it probably would be. Because I would love to have title versus title. But it is a tradition in my GM mode. When I say my GM mode, I'm not referring to 2K22, which I will be doing a series on when it comes out, because I've already pre-ordered it. But whenever I do GM mode, whether it be for 2006, 2007, or 2008, I usually pick SmackDown, and at the Great American Bash, I usually give whoever the United States champion is at the time of the pay-per-view a shot at the world title, a one-on-one match for the world championship. It's a tradition of mine, actually. Let me try to fix the camera a little bit. I don't know. Did I make it worse? Alright, whatever. Kane is dominating the opening minutes of the match. Ever since delivering that first right hand to open the contest. It is no disqualification. It is no countouts. No holds barred. I want a clear winner. It's no interference. JBL finally gets some momentum on his side. Takes the Big Red Machine down. It's been a hell of a title reign. Actually, JBL is a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. He lost to The Undertaker 1 week. Knocks the Big Red Machine outside of the ring. So, JBL is a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. I forgot that fact. Because Undertaker's reign, I believe, was only lasted a week before JBL won the title back. I think it was a ladder match, too. Whatever. It doesn't matter. If JBL loses the championship tonight, with The Undertaker being number one contender at SummerSlam, what does his future hold? Where does he see himself at? Where do we see JBL at SummerSlam if not defending the world title? I mentioned earlier in the show that not only the United States Championships, the United States Championship and the World Championship will be defended at SummerSlam, but also the tag team titles. I did not mention the fact that it will be a triple threat match for the tag team championships at SummerSlam. The Bashams successfully defended against Paul London and Shelton Benjamin earlier in the pay-per-view in the opening contest. It will either be at SummerSlam for the tag team titles a triple threat ladder match, hardcore match, or a tables match. For historical purposes, I'm leaning towards ladder match, I think. Especially at SummerSlam. But we'll see. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're getting ahead of ourselves right now. Big DDT by Kane. Let's just focus on the main event of this pay-per-view. Kane looks to become a double champion. Big clothesline by JBL. If Kane wins, then he becomes a double champion, being U.S. champion and world champion. He will defend. Oh, hello. Give me a minute. Sneaky pin by Kane. 1, 2, could be it. Nope, that was 3. First of all, I feel like that was 3. Anyway, if Kane wins, the world title against JBL, then he will defend the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Well, he's defending the U.S. Championship regardless against Christian. No, hold on, give me a minute. Nope. Kane will defend the U.S. Championship regardless at SummerSlam against Christian. But if he wins this match, he wins the world title at this pay-per-view, he will defend the World Championship against his own brother in the main event. He will defend the World Championship against the number 1 contender for that title, The Undertaker, in my main event at SummerSlam. I'm debating putting that title, if that is the case, I'm debating putting a stipulation on that match fitting Undertaker and Kane's history, and I think you know what type of match I'm talking about. Kane going for another sneaky pin. 1, 2. He actually got it. Kane not only is United States champion, but is now World Heavyweight Champion. He will defend both championships at SummerSlam. He's doing double duty. As the confetti falls, he's got a tall task at SummerSlam. I gotta give it up for JBL to be being a great defending world champion, but now Kane takes the reins as leader of the SmackDown roster. Thank you all very much. Actually, I'm going to see how the pay-per-view did as a whole But let's just recap what we just saw. Let's just recap the results of the pay-per-view real quick. Then we're going to see how the pay-per-view did as far as fan change. In the opening contest, elimination tornado tag for the tag team championships, Paul London and Shelton Benjamin fall to the tag team champions, the Bashams. Second match, no holds barred for the Cruiserweight Championship in a match that was 17 minutes long. Tajiri and Chavo Guerrero put on a classic, but in the end, Tajiri defeats Chavo Guerrero to win the Cruiserweight Championship. 4-man elimination match for the number one contendership to for the United States Championship at SummerSlam. Christian outlasts Muhammad Hassan, Booker T, and finally Rene Dupree. Last eliminating Rene Dupree with a side headlock, submitting him to a side headlock to become the number one contender to the United States Championship at SummerSlam. In a bonus match, in a bonus triple threat match, Orlando Jordan defeats RVD and William Regal. A number one contendership to the World Championship, The Undertaker outlasts Batista, Rey Mysterio, and finally Eddie Guerrero to earn the right to challenge for the World Championship in my main event at SummerSlam. And finally, the United States Champion Kane defeats JBL to become the World Heavyweight Champion. Kane is now a double champion. He will be doing double duty at SummerSlam, defending both championships in separate two championships in two separate matches against Christian and The Undertaker. Let's see how the pay-per-view did. Oh, shoot. Not to worry yet. Okay, good. Fan change. SmackDown. 875,000. 4-star show. Alright, let's see. $2.5-star match for the opener. 2-star match for the Cruiserweight title. 2.5-star match for the number one contenders match for the U.S. title. 1.5-star for the triple threat. I didn't expect that to be a very high rating at all. 5 stars for the number one contenders match for the world title. I expected a 4-star at least, or a 3.5, but that's great. Better, fantastic. Considering the superstars involved, I'm not really that surprised. 3.5 stars for the main event. Great. All right. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate your support for the channel, by whether you're a subscriber or not. Thank you very much for watching the videos. Please leave a like, comment if you want to be interactive with this series. If you want to subscribe, cool. If not, whatever. But if you want to, be sure to watch previous episodes, including part 1 of the pay-per-view, which I will be uploading soon. Thank you guys. You have a good one.